Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to finish debadging my 2020 Ram 1500. I just have these last two on the back, the Bighorn badge and the 4x4 badge. So let's get into it. Okay, pretty much everything, hopefully, that we're going to be using today, I have right here on my polishing cart. We have some braided fish line. We're going to try that. We have our Detail Factory body tools, plastic. Kosh Chemie's plastic razor blade scraper. A heat gun, a drill with 3M's eraser on it. And I have not ever used this, so I'm gonna be trying this for the first time today. We have our Rippin' Rags from the Rag Company. We have T and U-Licks from Kosh Chemie. And we're gonna start with T, obviously, the less aggressive. And this is to get the remaining adhesive residue off at the end. And if we need to, we'll go to U-Licks. Now I also have my Rupes Hybrid 3-inch cordless polisher. And Kosh Chemie's Fine Cut. Now the pad I have on here is Buff and Shine's Oreo pad. And because a lot of times when you debadge, even though you're using a solvent cleaner to get the adhesive and stuff off, you can still see it. It's like real faint. You have to look at it a certain way in the light, but you can still see it. So that's what the polisher's for, is to get rid of any remnants whatsoever. We'll start with the Oreo pad and see how that does with the Fine Cut. Like I said, this is my polishing cart, so all my pads and everything's in here. So, but anyways, another reason that we're going to be using the polisher for sure today is because this is the last thing I have to do before I re-ceramic coat my truck. I'm going to do a way more in-depth paint correction this go round, and then slap on some Armor Detail Supply Pro coating. All right, so here's our first badge. It's the Bighorn badge. And first what I'm going to do is warm up the adhesive backing with a heat gun. It's only about 65 degrees outside this morning, and the truck has not been sitting in the sun or anything, so let's warm this up. Got some residual water from the storms last night coming out from behind the badge. And this is the main reason I'm fully debadging my vehicle. They just hold water, dirt, and everything. And I think the vehicle looks really, really nice, completely debadged. All right, now that we got that warmed up a little bit, look at that. It's even peeling out there a little bit. All right, so I had to go back to using a little bit stiffer body tool here. There we go. Now, you can do this in a few different ways. First, we're going to try the body eraser. Well, that made quick work of that leftover adhesive. Now, what I'm gonna do is grab the vacuum, get all this mess picked up. I'll be right back. All right, now that we got our mess vacuumed up quite a bit, now we still have residue left on the body. So what I'm gonna do is take me a couple ripping rags from the rag company. I'm just gonna drape them over my bumper. And get me some gloves, and we're gonna get the remaining part of this adhesive off. All right, so now got my PPE. Let me fold up I got another ripping rag, standard ripping rag from the rag company here. I'm gonna fold it several times. So it kind of makes a butt. So we're gonna put Koshimi's tea here. It's kind of like an applicator. I might actually find some really cheaper, inexpensive applicators kind of use for this typing up folding my rags. And then I'm just gonna work it over where the badge was. Now, you may be wondering, Glenn, if you're going to use a polisher anyways, why do this step? Well, the reason I do this step is because I want the least amount of adhesive and dirt or anything like that left on the panel before I start polishing. There's no reason to have extra contaminants on your panel before you polish, and just move all those around on the panel. So tea seems to be working good enough. I won't have to go to the Ulex today. Because that 3M eraser, I mean, that's the first time I've used it. Used to just like I did here, get the badge off. Then all that gook, I used to use a little bit of like a solvent, like tea, and get it wet, and then use the plastic scraper. That's how I did the rest of my truck. I wanted to try something a little different here. So then I could say, hey, this process is really good. This one's, I've done it this way, yada. Oh no, looks like you ripped your last rag off of this one. I have a whole nother up there on the wall. So I got some shadows in here today. So let me bring you as close as I can. Get tea out of the way here. So hopefully you might be able to see the outline that I'm talking about. Maybe not, because my lighting's actually kind of bad on this one, to be honest. So but we're gonna go ahead grab us some Koshimi fine cut, because right now at this stage we're not trying to do any major paint correction or anything. I'm going to be doing that to the whole vehicle here very soon. Hopefully, I'm really hoping next week, weather permitting. So we're just going to shake the heck out of that. So we don't need very much compound. But to start, go ahead and rub this around. I like to spread it around with my finger a little bit, get it on, spread out, get it on all the fibers there. Prime the pad a little bit, even though we're not doing anything major right now. And then we're just gonna put a real thin line. That's basically the amount that I've applied. So we're gonna start on speed 1. Rub this around, get it spread on the panel a little bit. We're gonna start on speed 1, get this spread, and then we'll bump up the speed. Very minimal polish needed. And this is actually a little bit of a test spot for when I'm gonna do my paint correction. Because my truck's not bad. It doesn't need much paint correction at all. So I do want to try to get it as nice as possible though before I put that beautiful ADS Pro coating on there. But man, looking at this right here like that, I know it's maybe not going to show so good. Let me get my phone. Actually, what am I talking about? I'm at my polishing cart. I just grab one of my daggone lights, man. All right, here, let me grab this one. Take the diffuser off because I'm just gonna use it to see if I can show you. Hopefully this is picking up on camera okay. It is a light vehicle, so let me go to the more yellow light here. But from what I can see, I can definitely tell where I polished and where I haven't, because I do have a lot of very, very little micro marring on my tailgate. Very hard to see unless you're in a decent light. But and that looks good. I can't see any remnants of the badge whatsoever. No outline. Could never tell that it was even there. So I guess that's it, guys. I'm actually going to repeat that process on the other side on the 4x4 badge, and then the Ram will be fully de-badged. All right, that's it. It's not very warm here today, but it is humid. We got storms coming in. We had some storms last night, and we have some storms coming in today. So it is muggy. But if I bring my truck all the way into the garage, there's not enough space behind it to work on it. So I have to have the garage door open to do this kind of stuff, especially to film it. So, but yeah, there you go. That's how you de-badge. Very simple. All the products that I've used, I will link in the description. So heat gun I got from Amazon. The 3M eraser I got from Amazon. And Coast Shimmies, T and Ulex, and the fine cut and all that stuff I got from the Rag Company. But all that stuff I'll link down in the description in case you guys want to pick any of it up. And yeah, see you next time.